Joining me now, our consulting editor, Rajdeep Sardesai. Rajdeep, 23rd March was when the conviction was announced. 11 days it took the Congress party to finally challenge the conviction and the court verdict as well. How do you look at this show of strength today? Acknowledging support, Congress card on the ground, top netas of Congress ruled states, the chief ministers are with him. What do you think is the messaging here today? Rajdeep, over to you.
Pooja, from a Congress perspective, as you rightly said, they are trying to make this a show of strength to suggest that, the entire party is fully behind Rahul Gandhi, from chief ministers to Congress workers. So purely from that perspective, they've got their chief ministers at the spot along with party workers in the state. But there are 2 or 3 questions that emerge from this. One, this is a court proceeding. Is it necessary to convert a court proceeding into a political show of strength? Is it really necessary for Rahul Gandhi to be accompanied by all these chief ministers and for Congress workers to proceed towards the Sessions Court? Because Rahul Gandhi himself has said that law will take its own course. I am ready to be jailed if necessary. If that is the case, then what is the need for the political show of strength is an obvious question to ask. Number 2, you will recall, Pooja, just 4 or 5 months ago in Surat itself, the BJP had swept the elections. In fact, the AAP had emerged as a challenger in some parts of South Gujarat. So and at that time, one of the criticisms of Rahul Gandhi, in a way, was that he wasn't involved in the election campaign because he was at the time in his Bharat Jodo Yatra. Now look at how things have changed 4 months later. The Congress is exhorting its workers in Gujarat to come out in support of their leader. So you've got to ask whether electorally any of this will benefit.
In fact, I would think, why not the show of strength? I would have in fact thought that they would bring in this show of strength on 23rd March. They should have done it on day 1. All of this looks like too little, too late, doing it 11 days later, bringing in the big guns. Will it really help in anything?
Pooja, the view really is that, look, it appears prima facie that 2 years was a rather excessive punishment for criminal defamation, considering since 150 years of criminal defamation law, it's apparently only the 2nd time it's being invoked. The Congress can play, in a way, the sympathy card, as they have been attempting, claiming that Rahul Gandhi is being victimized. If they wish to do that, they can allow Rahul Gandhi to do this on his own without needing this to be a show of strength either on the 23rd or today. If this is a battle that Rahul Gandhi is taking to the people of this country, he can well claim that the entire manner in which these criminal defamation proceedings were in a way reinitiated in February after he made a speech in Parliament raising the Adani issue, that's the political argument for Rahul Gandhi to make. Is it necessary for a political show of strength?
Interesting.
At a time when this is a pure court hearing. Today his lawyers are filing an appeal, and every indication is that Rahul Gandhi has a more than decent chance of getting his sentence and conviction stayed, going by prior cases involving criminal defamation. Does he need to be supported by the entire party machinery in Surat at this time outside the court? Or can Rahul Gandhi bravely take this matter and fight it out like any other citizen would?
That's an interesting fair point you're making, Rajdeep. Yes. Let's make a comparison. What I found very interesting was you're looking at the criminal defamation case against Rahul Gandhi. Also, there's the corruption case against Manish Sisodia, whose judicial custody is increased today. The manner in which Aam Aadmi Party has been able to gain the sympathy factor, perhaps, don't you think they've done it better in terms of show of strength, in terms of Manish Sisodia's posturing, than Congress and Rahul Gandhi has?
Look, again, Pooja, even Manish Sisodia's, when Manish Sisodia was called by the CBI, you will recall the AAP also staged a show of strength.
Correct, yes.
They also staged protests at the time and they made it a political issue. I can contrast this with Prime Minister Modi. When he was Chief Minister of Gujarat, you will recall that on the riots cases when he was summoned by the SIT, I don't recall thousands of BJP workers encircling or the entire office of the SIT then in Ahmedabad. Mr. Modi actually went and answered all the questions, and maybe perhaps once he was exonerated at the time, actually managed to get sympathy. You see, the sympathy will come whether for a Manish Sisodia or a Rahul Gandhi if the judicial process eventually exonerates them. If Rahul Gandhi gets his appeal stayed, by the by the Sessions Court or a higher court, that's when you can go with even greater confidence into the people and say, look, I was being victimized. We are told that Rahul Gandhi will be addressing a rally in Kolar in Karnataka on the 5th, the very same place where the original act of defamation supposedly took place. Now, that is interesting politics, because there's an election in Karnataka and you can build a link directly between your leader and the election taking place. But outside a court in Surat, do you really need to make this a show of strength at this stage? Or do you wait to hope that the court will give you the relief you're asking for? The same thing applies to Manish Sisodia. You saw what the court said a couple of days ago while denying him bail. They passed very harsh obiter dicta, a harsh order. Now, that in a way makes it very difficult then for you to get public sympathy. The public sympathy will come if you are exonerated, or if you are able to prove that this is a case where you are being hounded or victimized. My own view is Rahul Gandhi could have used this opportunity to face the court like any other citizen, not claim any special treatment, and then hoped that the court will grant him relief and then take that to the people, rather than doing it ab initio at this stage itself.
That's a good point that you're making. Today's basically hearing, you're challenging the conviction, you're challenging the court again. Is this Congress's attempt, Rajdeep, what do you think, to show that this is our high-stake moment? If Rahul Gandhi manages to get this overturned, great. But if the conviction is not overturned, he can be disqualified for 8 years.